Today, I wanted to share with you 5 things you might not know about salmon. Now, why salmon? Because every single time I share one of my salmon recipes, there's always heaps and heaps of questions in the comments, and I thought, what a great opportunity to share something new with you and boost your brain power today with a few new facts. So I'll be sharing 5 tips, and if there is something that you have learned today or will learn today that is new, share it in the comments and you will be in to win these 3 healthy food guide cookbooks worth $45 and a copy of It's a Beautiful Day as well. So hopefully you'll learn something new today. So the first question I often get asked is, are there different types of salmon in the supermarket? Because when people buy salmon, I know that it can look quite different. So the answer to that is yes. So in the supermarkets in New Zealand, you'll find 2 types of salmon: Atlantic salmon and New Zealand king salmon, okay? And they are quite different. So Atlantic salmon has a paler flesh. It certainly tastes different and the texture is different to New Zealand king salmon. It's lower in omega-3 and it is imported. So the Atlantic salmon that you'll find will either come from Australia or most likely Europe. So that's what you need to know about the Atlantic salmon. The New Zealand king salmon is a unique and rare species of fish, so it makes up only 1% of the population of salmon globally, and it is the species of salmon that we farm sustainably right here in New Zealand, and it has a higher omega-3 content. It's got the more orangey flesh with the beautiful fat layering through it, and a really delicious taste and texture. So they are quite different. The New Zealand king salmon is farmed in 4 main areas, so Akaroa, off Stewart Island, so you'll see that labelled as Bluff. It's also the Marlborough Sounds and Twizel in the Mackenzie country. So that's the 4 places that you'll get the New Zealand king salmon. So it is worth checking on the label what you're buying, so that you know that you are getting exactly what you are looking for when you're shopping for salmon. So that was the first question. The second question I often get asked is, okay, so we talk about salmon, and one of the main things that we love about salmon is that it's packed with these omega-3 fatty acids, but how much do we need? What are they? What do they do? So omega-3 fatty acids are really, really important for good brain health, good heart health, for healthy joints, and they are basically anti-inflammatory. The main thing to know about these omega-3 fatty acids is they are what's called essential. So that means that our bodies are unable to make them ourselves. So we have to get them from our food, which is why we talk about them a lot, because if you're not having them in your food, then you're not getting what you need for those good benefits of omega-3. So obviously salmon is one of the best sources of that. So how much omega-3 do you need? So ladies, we need 430 milligrams a day, which is equivalent to 3 grams a week. Guys, it is 610 milligrams a day, which is 4.2 grams in a week. So I will share those and write them in the copy below so that you can remember those, because I know numbers can be difficult to remember. But how does that relate back to salmon? So here, just to show you, I've got 100 grams of salmon. So this is it kind of cut into a chunk. I'll kind of show you there, if you can see that. And then that is it sliced more thinly, and which basically looks like a lot more if you slice it thinly. But in 100 grams of salmon, that portion there, you've got 18 grams of protein, which is equivalent to 3 large eggs basically, and you've got 1.9 grams of omega-3. So that's basically 2/3 of what you need as a female, and half of what you need as a male for a week. So that is a really significant contribution to the amount of omega-3 that you need. Here I've got basically a piece that I bought from the supermarket yesterday. That would make about 3 servings of 125 grams. I've got the label here that I bought. And that was, that's got a good couple of days on it before it's best before date. So that's basically what 100 grams will give you. Now, the next question is, can you eat it raw? Yes, you can. So you'll see on a lot of my on my posts and on my recipes, I often eat it raw, basically because my kids really enjoy eating it raw. And this is something that we have in our family that you'll probably see on my social pages quite a lot, which is the sushi bowl, because I can basically throw it together in about 5 minutes. And we've just got rice, edamame beans, we've got salmon, so that's 100 grams of salmon sliced there, which is actually in 2 layers because it's quite a lot of it, and just some other veggies in there as well. So with it raw, basically you want to make sure that you're having it within around 5 days of harvesting. So the New Zealand king salmon will go to the supermarkets pretty quickly from harvesting. So all you need to do in the supermarkets is just ask the fishmonger or the guy behind the fish counter if you can have the freshest New Zealand king salmon, and then you absolutely know that you can eat it raw. So I bought this yesterday and it's got another couple of days in it before it's best before. I'll be eating it tonight, and yes, absolutely delicious and perfectly good to eat raw. I did buy this yesterday and it was on special. So normally you'll find that salmon is around $30 to $40 a kilo. So that means that 100 grams there would cost somewhere between $3 and $4. And yeah, so it depends where you buy it from and whether it's on special or not. But I pretty much, when it's on special, always buy double, and then I freeze it like this into little bags, little portions, so that I can just grab it out the freezer, put it through a pasta dish, put it on a salad. Sometimes I'll then cook it and use it on the salmon sushi bowl cooked. And I'll show you here my beautiful, sadly my freezer isn't as tidy as you might believe it is. But you see here I've got some salmon that I bought when it's on special that we can make into another meal again. So yes, you can absolutely eat it raw. The last question that I often get asked about salmon is why it is orange. Now, the reason that it's orange is because the salmon that are farmed sustainably in New Zealand, they try and replicate the diet of wild salmon. And one of the things that's really important for the health of the fish, for its development, for its reproductive system, is an antioxidant called astaxanthin, okay? Got a long name, but a lot of these antioxidants do. And the result of that is it ends up having a orange tinge in the flesh. And obviously salmon that's caught in the wild will have varying amounts of that antioxidant depending on what it's feeding on at the time. But you'll get a consistent orange colour in this New Zealand king salmon because obviously the feed is consistent. So much like carrots get their orange colour from natural compounds that you get in carrots, it's exactly the same here. So it's just an important part to keep the New Zealand salmon healthy and developing properly so that you can enjoy it. So those are 5 things that you may not know about salmon. So if you comment below and let me know one thing that you have learned from watching this video, then remember you will go in to win these Healthy Food Guide cookbooks and the copy of my planner as well. And if you like these videos where I'm sharing tips and ideas about how to shop, what to look for, let me know if there's any other foods that you're really interested in or things that you find confusing that you'd like me to do a little video on. Let me know, because I like sharing these ideas with you and it's nice to be helpful. So let me know, and I look forward to seeing you on another video soon.